Hi ladies, today we are talking drugstore, high street, boots type skincare, where it's not going to cost you a fortune. Are you going to get the results the more expensive brands give you? So Chloe and I are here, and off we go. I'm picking up a basket because I need to look like I'm shopping, and there are things I'm going to buy. Let's go straight to where my favourite part of Boots is. Okay, here we are. There's two, in a bigger Boots and in lots of department stores, there's two main aisles where I find things that I love and I've actually used for many years, and I'm going to start with some old friends. So, NUXE is a label. I don't even know how to pronounce it. NUXE, but I've used it since I had a house in France for about 20 years, and it was in my local pharmacy, and Avene and NUXE, I came through my pharmacy, and one of my favorite all-time products is their 24-hour Creme Fraiche, and it comes in a kind of slightly more fluid-like serum. If you put it on, the smell is just cozy. The smell is sort of talcum powder and neroli have had a baby together, and it lifts and brightens your face. And I always used to have this in my handbag, especially that transition to winter when you kind of find halfway through the day that you feel your skin's really dehydrated. For those of you who have an oilier skin but still feel that, I would go for the serum, but for those of you who really feel, oh my god, it's pulling, you can go for the cream. And I know in France they also have a mask, and I just wonder here if they have the mask as well. I'm not sure, let me see. I don't know. Then the other one. Oh, you know, I get this thing on my legs here now. I get this scaly skin. That kind of, you know, you're rushing, you have a shower in the morning, you don't use a nice hydrating body cream, and you run out the door, and then in the evening I look and I literally have pieces coming off. So this 24-hour hydration, it's the same ingredients nearly as the Creme Fraiche, and it just has, it's got a bit of a, oh, I can't press it, I'm going to find it. I'm taking off the buy one, so I'll show you, because I've run out. But it's sort of, it's like the orange blossom has now had a baby with honey. And it leaves your skin, it goes in very, very quickly. There's none of that kind of waiting to rub it in. And it absorbs, and it leaves a sort of, not a glow on, yes, a little bit of a glow on the skin. And it will stay. It really does seal in that moisture. And there's 3 great body lotions I'm going to show you on a trip today, but that's got to be in one of my top 3. So let's move down to a new discovery. I'm so excited by this discovery. L'Embryolysse. Let's look at the original here. L'Embryolysse Creme. Now this cream has been used by makeup artists who've made over my face for the last 20 years in their kit, and it's always the cream that you kind of put on when there's a woman in front of you and you need to slap something on her before you put on her foundation, and it makes her skin better. And that was the first cream, that's literally the only cream they had. And then it started to be quite a cultish brand, and it started to go a little bit more mainstream, because 4 years ago you'd never have seen this in Boots. You just literally would have friends coming from France, bringing it with them from a holiday. So they started with that, which is great. They then have the kind of L'Embryolysse on steroids, and this is for a slightly drier skin. It's kind of, to me, a little bit more moisturizing, but I think just the packaging is different. They're celebrating 20 years. My best discovery, 2 best discoveries are this baby. You know how much I love a CC cream, and in this, although it's in the kind of self-serve part, this is the same price of a Boots No. 7 product, because it is actually £29. It's the most expensive thing in their range, apart from the anti-age firming cream, which I've never tried, so I'm not going to review for you. But I'm going to take this out now, because I'm going to buy it, but I'm going to show you, because I love the consistency. I did it yesterday on my Instagram as a very quick makeover. Undo the packaging, I hit the security bit to get funny. It is only in one colour, so if you are sort of caramel or darker toned, it's not for you. And I always find that a little bit irritating when a range doesn't cover every kind of skin colour. But if you do fall into the former category of just kind of porcelain to lighter caramel, it will work. It's got SPF 20 in it. It just goes, I'm now trying, let me just put a bit on here for you. I don't know how much I'm putting on. It's very moisturizing, it's SPF, it's evening out your skin tone, it's leaving you with a sense of hydration, and the color is not too orange, and I love it. I love it so much. It's a little bit hydrating, this. If you were oily skin, I think you'd be fine with it. If you're really dry, dehydrated skin, you might put on a moisturizer before. But this is my go-to now, Tinted Moisturizer. Love in my basket. Covered now in makeup. Then I discovered another thing, which is, you know when you're really tired, yesterday, you know, a lot of us might have stayed up for the election, and I woke up and I was exhausted under my eyes. And this little product I discovered only a few days ago in Boots. And it's not an eye cream, it's just something you put on under your eye. I'm going to buy another one too, because I'm going to have it in my handbag. You know when you have a really tired eye, and it has in it witch hazel and aloe vera. I'm just going to push it up. Hang on, I can't remember if it screws or pushes. It pushes, but I've got too much foundation on. So there's something on it that when you put it under your eye, I think it could be the witch hazel and aloe vera combination, but I feel tingling, just alertness under my eyes. And it's not a cosmetic product, it's something to put on before, and it's not an eye cream, but it just pings. I'm pinged now. I've been filming since very early this morning, and I feel pinged, so really great product. Okay, now, Avene. All right, let's talk about Avene. Avene is a brilliant range. It was started, and it's this eau thermale Avene, so it's a thermal water, very nurturing. They've got a lot of different categories in their product ranges, but one thing they've always dealt with is rosacea, and they have a lot of products which help with rosacea. There's a cream for very red skin. There's a really nice green cream, which I'll try and find here. I won't be able to open it for you, but I can maybe show you here. One second. We've just come in. Hello, green cream. Oh, look, lovely makeup. Green cream, anti-rosacea. So the whole thing here is all for those of you who get bad rosacea, and it can be especially worse in the winter, actually. And they have the normal anti-rouge, they have a mask, and they have the green cream, which is, where's the actual green of the green cream? One second, hang on. Relief, that's a relief one.
Sorry to keep interrupting.
Thank you.
Those two have both got a greenish tinge.
Greenish tint. So green removes red. You put this on and it just dulls down your redness. So really, really great. If you like also a thermal water, I was told a long time ago, somebody told me that the Avene spray is not that hydrating, and I don't think he told me that, but Avene have a spray for the face, a hydrating spray, and if any of you are pregnant and you want that kind of mist, Avene is the best hydrating spray that you could buy in terms of the pureness of the thermal waters. I love this range. And another thing I like in it is also the gentle exfoliator, which is, you're going to show me as well because I have my gloss on.
Yeah.
Le Gommage Rouge. It's La Gommage de Rose, isn't it? So it's that colour. Microbeading or not? I never knew.
What's that?
Microbeading or not?
Soon be, it kind of dissolves, soon be, it will be, they're going to get rid of that.
They're going to get rid of that. So I'm going to really warn you here that there might be a little bit of that in. They're very tiny, but they're all changing. Jehovah beads in it. Jojoba.
Jojoba.
You're so
I
sweet what you're working
apologise.
on. But I love this as a scrub. It's a gentle scrub, but it gets in there. And so if any of you are getting introduced to scrubbing by me and you don't want to go to Dr. Lancer and you're too scared to go to the others, you could start with this as your exfoliation gommage in France. It's called gommage in France. It's a weird name. Okay, that's that one.
Let me give you something because I love you.
No, really, I'm just looking at. So I just have to say, I really love this aisle. This is an exciting aisle in Boots, but I think if you come in, it's kind of tricky because you think, what are the points of difference with all these brands? How am I going to choose what really suits me? So I'd say, you've got redness sensitivity, Avene. You want something which is kind of nurturing and clean and simple, Embryolisse. You want to have something with a wonderful smell, which also has really nice nurturing things, NUXE. And also one other product from NUXE is, this is the thing they started with, it's their oil, and this is an amazing oil, and it has a very distinctive smell. I'm going to actually just open it here. It's, how can I describe it? It's slightly like, it's not coconutty. You smell a sense that it's oil. It still has that unbelievable NUXE smell, which I think is orange blossomy. But this oil, put anywhere that's dry. So your hair's dry at the ends, put it there. Put it on your hands, put it on your face, put it on your body. The molecules, I don't think, are so tiny that they really absorb in your face, but if you want to massage your face a bit, it would be a really good one for that. And they have one also with a little bit of gold in it. Now, I'm not somebody who likes a shimmer on my body, but lots of ladies quite like a little bit of shimmer on the décolleté, or if you have incredible skin and you're in your 20s and you want that kind of reflective thing, this has a little bit of that shimmer in it. I'm just like, oh look, that looks like, I can show you. Try me, that's what we like on there. There's a few more try me's here than there are in makeup, but still I find it somewhat frustrating that you can't try all these products because they're self-serve. So you kind of need to know before you buy them. You see this here, I'm going to rub that in. It's just, you know, it's oily. It is oily because it's an oil, but if you like that kind of makeup look where it's sort of modelly and you have a very, very good skin, it's a wonderful look for Christmas. And you can just do it in the décolleté and, you know, contour your business. Okay, let's go back here. You don't know, could you possibly find me a tissue?
Yeah,
I'm
of
just so
course.
cut-
Can I
that's
give
so-
you some
know
of
what? You're
these?
so sweet, but I'm fine. I'm
You're
really
all
fine.
right.
But I've got- yes, thank you. All right, let's go on to La Roche-Posay. So La Roche-Posay is a French brand. It's out of La Roche-Posay. It's a very famous, I think it's one of the biggest pharmaceutical brands in France. I always thought it was Swiss, and I'm totally wrong, it's French. But they have got this range, and this range only ever used to be at the back of the pharmacy in France, behind the prescriptions thing. It was a really, you know, niche range. And now suddenly you come here and it's a huge range. But La Roche-Posay is one of the companies as well. Nivea makes, I think, about 50% of all the base creams for nearly every other brand. And a base cream is like the sort of, you know, exactly what it says, a base cream, and people then add a bit of vitamin C or a bit of retinol, a bit of different things. But La Roche-Posay also makes base creams for other people, and I think what happened is they were making quite a few creams for other people, and they thought to themselves, why don't we do some of it for ourselves and make our brand bigger? So that's what they did. And there are many different categories of things they cover. So I'm going to start with their skincare. Anti-Helios is a very, very brilliant skincare. If you want to cover yourself in 50 and you're going on holiday, if you're lucky enough this Christmas to go on holiday, there is a 50 body. It's a much bigger tube. It's not here right now, but also the 50 face is good. I don't recommend their tint personally because I think it's too orange, but the plain untinted version is a barrier to any sun damage at all. And if you suffer from pigmentation, it's a very, very good brand to work on your face. Then let's move. I could have gone my knees here. Let's move over to one of my favourites, which is an SPF, where every, like NUXE has a 24-hour care. La Roche-Posay does as well, and it's 24-hour protection. It's a really lovely consistency. It's sort of a cream and a serum have had a baby together. And the nice thing about La Roche-Posay, there's no smell. It's literally just a kind of very vague cream smell. If you don't like smell in your skincare, then that's another reason to go for this, as well as the ingredients. They have a section of retinol, so if you want to kind of get into the journey of trying retinol, and vitamin A are both things that can kind of help resurface your skin. So they have a concentrated retinol product, which I'm going to here, Pigmentation Serum. So all of this, those of you, and there's many ladies who've spoken to me about things for pigment relief, and I'm going to do a post just on pigmentation. But this range from La Roche-Posay, the price point's 29, 26, 24, they're really, really good products, and the percentages are quite good in them too. It's not the same as a retinol product from SkinCeuticals, because there you might have 0.5% retinol, but you're going to get an introduction to retinol here from a chemist, as opposed to a brand which is all about branding. What else is good in it? There's one other product I want to... yes, Lipicare. They have a body balm here, which I think this is it. Yes, so this, if you have any flare-ups in your skin from extra dry itching, so it's not rosacea, it's more dermatitis, things like that. This is really incredibly good for skin conditions where you have itchiness and it's slightly a medical condition, and it just soothes and it stops you scratching. So, you know, you could use it for many of those conditions. And they have a body balm, which I'm trying to find here, which I can't find. No, but just know that in this shape there is a body balm of Lippy Care, and it's incredibly hydrating, much more hydrating than 24. It's like it just goes onto your skin. I'm gonna get housemates in.
Trinny, what's the best?
I'm sorry. Yes.
What's the best gentle eye remover, eye makeup
Can I
remover?
just say, so funny you should say that, because I'm going on to Bioderma.
For waterproof mascara, but good for sensitive eyes.
Mascara. Oh, what removes mascara?
Yeah.
Bioderma started with, I think, this is like all these ranges here, they start with one hero product. So Bioderma started with their makeup remover. And the makeup remover has two. One is for waterproof your makeup, and one is, so there's two different ranges here. So you see this one here is a moisturizing makeup remover, and this one is just a makeup remover. And one of them will do a waterproof mascara and the other one doesn't. And it was say when you go into the site that they're very good, and they don't, you know, there's a lot of Lancome do a makeup remover, and I always get my eyes sting when I use it. And what other eye makeup removers do I find my eyes sting? I never have my eyes sting with these. I must get a new one now. And they also come in little baby, look at these baby bottles. I mean, how sweet is that, and how convenient? And when you're traveling, really convenient. I'm going to actually get one of each, and I will, when I write it up, I'll tell you which is which, okay? Because I'm going to, I don't have that at home, I ran out. All right, now anything else in this? There's lots of other things here. I have no idea, because I haven't tried them, and I never review anything to you ladies that I haven't tried, so I'm just showing my favourites. Let's go around the corner.
Trinny, do you know Sukin products?
Sukin.
Sukin.
S-U-K-I-N. Yes. Oh, no, not Sukin, I know Suku, which is an Asian makeup brand. They have a little department itself, just they have an amazing foundation, a very good, lovely foundation. It's quite a lot of cover. If you mean that, that's the only one I know. Okay, Una Brennan is an Irish facialist, and she did a deal a few years ago with Boots. I don't know where else her products are sold, but she has two lovely products my sister introduced me to, and they are a day and night cream. So let me just go here. Hang on one second. Go here. There's Neroli Firming, that's the day one, and there's a night one. Again, Neroli, and I love Neroli Neroli is orange blossom, but it's a very, very good natural antidepressant. And I quite like to put a cream on my face, and the smell I get from that cream puts me in a slightly different mood. And if you believe at all in aromatherapy, oils is quite difficult. Most people add something else in, but I feel these are very, very natural, and they're really good. They're just an easy, if you want an easy day and night cream for under 25 quid, these are £16.99. And I think she has a very simple range. It's got about 12 products in it. I also like, which I'll get onto,
the pink mask.
She has the pink, exactly, Chloe, thank you, where is it? Excellent. You know I'm obsessed with rose masks, and my favourite one, which was by Terry, which was a rose revitalizing mask, changed its ingredients, and I don't like it anymore. I'm so upset. And it turned green or blue. So then I went on to Sisley, which is so expensive, and then I found two less expensive masks. One of them is the rose mask from Una Brennan, and it's a really, no, that's Radiance Day Cream. It's Radiance Day Cream. That's Radiance Day Cream. Where's the mask? Where's the mask? Where's the mask? It's a rose mask.
This, no,
that's the face. Okay, there is
looks like that.
a mask. There is a mask, trust me. So she has the Neroli range and she has the rose range, but the rose mask is great. Okay, we're nearly done. Any questions, anyone?
Best everyday BB cream.
Oh, BB. Okay, can I ask you ladies, do you all know the difference between BB, CC, DD, EE, fuck face, FF? You know, they're so confusing because you know, a sort of beauty flash cream used to be called BB, and then BB somehow turned into something that was for an oilier skin, and then CC, is it about vitamin C or is it about color correcting? So I think these BB CC creams If you ask me about a BB cream and what you're saying is I have an oily skin and I want a cream that gives me a little bit of coverage and it's a tinted day cream, then I would have to say there's a very good cream I got at Whole Foods, which is not Andalou. Yes, it is Andalou. They have a BB and CC. It's an organic brand and it's one of my favorite BB creams because it's not too drying. Number 7 do a BB cream. We'll go and look at that on the way out and I'll show you. And they have a very good range of colors. A lot of BB creams in the kind of less expensive ranges, and I'd call number 7 a sort of in-between range. Only have 2 or 3 shades and they're not great shades. So if you can find a BB range with a big shade range, it's good. Okay.
Best retinol cream for rosacea.
Retinol rosacea. It's a tricky combo because when you've got rosacea, you have to be very careful about how you use retinol. So I would have a little chat with your doctor first and ask him how he feels about your putting retinol onto a rosacea skin. I would be mindful to start very, very gently because you don't want to inflame your rosacea. In a weird way, I'd sort of say one of the best things I find for rosacea, and there are many good things out there, but is Trilogy's Rosehip Oil. And I have 2 friends who have rosacea and they've been using it at night for a few months and they find it's very healing for their rosacea. Totally opposite.
We can finish off with your outfit, Trinny. Everyone is asking you about
Okay,
your
I'll tell you
jacket.
what my outfit is. Okay, so my outfit is, I'm wearing a leather jacket today because I kind of wanted to be a bit young and cool. So I'm wearing a yellow jacket I just got from Zara and we're going to show it. Actually, Chloe, Federica and I are going to all wear this leather jacket and show you different ways to wear it, but I got it this week. I love this detail. And I've worn a gilet over it because the jacket is quite short for my waist and I don't like that disproportion. So if I wear it so you just see the arms of the jacket, I feel it's got a little bit of the toughness of a leather jacket, but the elegance of the gilet. The gilet is an old one from Zara. The trousers are Old J. Crew, but I found a very good navy trouser in Zara Basic. And there's 3 different types. I'd love to give you the code because it's such a good one. It's identical. This is about 24 or 29 pounds. And then I'm wearing a jumper, there's a detail there, from Ted Baker. And that's my outfit. Let me finish with Indeed Labs because you talk with me, ladies, about where you can find a range with incredibly targeted ingredients. And I think Indeed Labs is the same family as the Hero Project and Ordinaries, which is even less expensive, where they're just doing really targeted products. It's not so much a day cream, a night cream, a cleanser, a toner. So the product I like most in this range, it started with one product called Nano Blur, but I love their vitamin C. It tingles when you put it on. There's a nice high percent of
Staff announcement, trips to healthy counter.
Stop it,
Please,
acid.
trips to healthy counter. Thank you.
It is $24.99, so you might think, that's quite a lot. But vitamin C is a tricky thing to contain in a cream. And I always am dubious that it can be, because usually I buy my vitamin C in a dark bottle or in a powder form, because that's when it's purest. But I do like this product. I do feel the tingle when I put it on, so it is doing the vitamin C job of gently resurfacing my skin. So great product. They started with a product called Nano Blur, which I think is probably sold out. And it's something that people put on to have a good selfie. That was the first product they ever made. It's not a product for me because I put it on top of my makeup or under, and it kind of, you start doing that to move it. And my last product, because I got such dry mouth smell, the best mask. I mean, I was so excited when I discovered this mask. It's number 7. It's a beautiful skin mask. You put it on, it's got this weird squirrely thing. Ignore that. I think they just want to get some oxygen in it. You put it on, it tingles a bit. It's got some incredibly good ingredients, and I would love to read them out to you. And I have put it before on my blog, so you'll see the ingredients there. And they have one for normal skin and one for very dry skin. But it's a really great mask. Just brightens you up, sends you out for your party night. And if you had a late one and you want to put a quick mask on in the morning, put it on, go to the loo, do a few little exercises and just wipe it off and go to work. Okay, all right. Anything else? I could go on and on. I love this section of boots, but I'm going to stop there. And I'd love to have your feedback. I'm always wanting to know what you're interested in and what you'd like to find out more about. I generally just show you the things I'm loving, but if there's things you really feel, please can you cover that topic, then let me know. All right, ladies, have a nice Thursday night. Bye.